Hi, friends. So today we are talking about a very important aspect of neuro-linguistic programming, and that is modalities and submodalities. So what are modalities? Modalities are our senses. How many senses do we have? Five, right? We see, we hear, we taste, we smell, and we touch. So these are called five, modalities like visual, kinesthetic, olfactory, gustatory, and auditory. And submodalities are the finer points of these modalities. Now, how do we explain these experiences in words? Are like this. I am feeling warm on this day. So I am feeling warm, which is a very kinesthetic related to my touch sensation. So I'm feeling warm on this summer day. I can see the sky lit up when the sun rises. So I can see, this is very visual, and I'm talking about a visual sensation. Does that ring a bell? That is something to do with auditory sensation. And so we use these words. Wow, it smells like Christmas. Yes, so our Christmas experience is very much connected to the plum puddings, and hence it smells like Christmas. And then, of course, how can we forget? I cannot get up without a cup of coffee. So that is gustatory. You have a sense of taste and you have a memory attached to it. These are the ways we retrieve and we encode and information within our brain. These are generally called lead systems in which we represent our world or we create our map internally. How can we change our experiences by changing these submodalities is the question in NLP. If all the experiences are written in this language, then if I rewrite it in some other language, wouldn't it change its meaning? So if I tell you a statement in a reverse order, suddenly you will probably laugh at it, right? It will lose its meaning. The crux of the sentence will be lost. Just like that, when you change these submodality experiences of the submodality, your entire emotional charge drops. And this is used in various ways. You can even get rid of addictions. Certain addictions that have chemical component in it, like alcohol or cigarette smoking, or I would say, some kind of drugs that, you may have gotten used to, they have a chemical component. So for them, I would still recommend the AA techniques, the 12 weeks and following through and talking about it. However, there are certain addictions and certain things, certain habits in our lives that we don't need and we can overcome. For example, the addiction to sugar, chocolates, or doing certain things that are unhealthy for you. So with that, with just changing the submodalities, you can change the craving for a certain item. You can, like something, or you can even dislike something. It is very useful if you've had a breakup and you can't think of anything but that person. So how about you? We changing the entire memory inside of you, and the craving and the yearning and the longing goes away. Yes, friends, it is extremely useful. And today I'm just gonna tell you how it is done and what can be done in this. So let me first ask you to close your eyes wherever you are. And as I keep asking you questions, think about the submodalities that are getting activated. So are you ready? If yes, follow through. Think about something which is very close to your heart. Think about a memory of you falling in love or doing something very joyful. Just be there. Feel what you felt. Hear what you heard in particular that moment. A certain memory comes up with a lot of submodalities getting activated. Hear what you were hearing in that moment. See what you were seeing. And just when you're there, tell me or think about it. Is the view that you're looking at, is this a picture that has come up? Is it colored or black and white? So something will come to you, is either it's black and white or it's just the thought, it's not come in visual yet. So I would encourage you to create a picture of this whole memory in front of you, or whether you are in it. Just be there. And now look at it. Is it full color spectrum, or is it like somewhat colored? Is it bright, or is it dull, faded, washed out? Is it dark, normal, or full of light? Is the image that you're seeing sharp, in focus, or is it fuzzy? Is the image smooth or rough? Are there foreground and background details in your memory? Just be there. Do you see the details as part of a whole, or do you have to shift your focus to see them? How big is the picture? Look at yourself and just create this, hand gestures to tell me how big is this picture. Okay. How far away is this image? Yeah, notice the specific distance of this image. Is it close? Are you in it? Or it's a picture which is very close or very far? Where is this image located in space? Use your hand to point out. Keep your eyes closed. Use your hands. Okay. Show me with both your hands where you see the image. Okay. Beautiful. Be with me. Is it a movie or a still picture? Is it moving? You're experiencing it as still picture, or is it moving? How rapid is the movement? Is it fast or slow? Great. Do you see yourself in the picture, or do you see yourself outside the picture? Is it 3-dimensional or 2-dimensional? Do you hear it from inside or from outside? Are there any sounds attached to it? Is it high-pitched or low-pitched? Is it coming from all around you, or is it just coming from one location? And how strong is the sensation, the intensity of the emotion that this memory is bringing? And where in your body do you feel this emotion? Touch it with your hand and show me. Great. How would you describe the body sensations? Tingling, warm, cold, relaxed, tense, knotted, diffused? How would you explain this memory and this sensation of the memory as? I'm sure you're getting some words for it, or some phrases. Great. And now, I just want you all to come back and look at how vivid memories are, how beautifully they are encoded, and we don't even, because we don't ask ourselves these questions, we look at the overall charge it has on us, but we do not delayer it to see that it is made up of these finer experiences. I can see so many smiles. I'm sure you enjoyed going through the memory in such vivid details. Just like this, we also collect the details of a memory which you would like to change. So we take the submodalities by asking same questions. And once we've done that, we have your submodalities of happiness, a state that you would want to be in, and a sad state or a state that you don't want to be in. For example, the state of being angry. So you can ask yourself same question. What is the sensation? Where in my body the sensation is? How is my breath? What am I seeing? What am I hearing? How loud is the voice inside my head or in that memory that triggers me? So all that, when you break it down, you will realize that there are submodalities mapped in that particular state also. And then we understand your driver submodality. Now, what is driver submodality? The modality which is most active in you. When I'm asking questions, for example, I was just asking you questions about you falling in love, or when there was a happy memory. There were some of you who reacted, with your acuity, with your, senses, with your physiology. You were more towards, visual or kinesthetic sensations. And that I'm calibrating. In NLP, when we are gazing or we're gauging at the changes in your sensory modalities, which is called sensory acuity or awareness, we calibrate it and we see, okay, this person is reacting or responding more to these modalities or submodalities. You can even note it down. And as you are noting it down, or somebody's noting it down for you, there are sheets which I can leave as links for you to download, where you can map it. And then you can even note in that which one is the strongest submodality. The difference that makes all the difference. The submodality, which is a driver submodality, if that is changed, your entire memory will change. It is like the domino effect. Right? So I can give you an example of it, which is very funny. Okay. So I was 16 and I had a major crush on this person, in my neighborhood. And me and my friends would wait for him to come by that street. And every day we would all be going crazy and gaga about this guy. And one fine day, one of my friends happened to have lunch with this guy. And he just took a sandwich, opened his mouth, and he didn't know how to chew rightly. And the mayonnaise was going up and down. And my friend explained it to us. And only that submodality change and the look of it and the sound of the chop chop, it killed our attraction. We were no longer attracted, and in the crush just crushed itself. Just a slight change in the sensory modality. We were kids, right? Senses were everything for us. And similarly, in every case, if you're having a lot of chocolate or if you're indulging in certain things that you shouldn't, it is because of the sensory, engagement. And if you just change the map, you can change a lot in your mind. So when we note down these two, we then, mark in asterisks all the submodalities that were different in both these experiences. For example, you may say that in the joyful experience, I was in the picture. I was literally hugging, or I was literally there. While something which was negative, I could observe it from far. It wasn't close to me. So there is a difference in the submodalities. Something was very loud when I was angry, but when I was in joyful, there was cheerful noises. Nothing was loud. So we'll note down all the differences in the submodality, and then we will change the submodalities. We'll map it across. And as we map it across, suddenly the emotional intensity of the anger will come down, because we are, literally mapping all the different submodality reactions. We are mapping it across. We are putting one onto the other. So for example, if you feel, you love chocolates, right? And then there is a submodality of how when you look at cow dung, what happens to you, what kind of modality and submodalities is, what you see, what you hear, what you feel. There'll be some driver modalities. And if we change it to chocolate, if we map it across to chocolate, next time when you want to pick up a chocolate, you will not be able to, because the neurowire, the synapses is confused. We've confused your synapses. So this is called mapping across and creating new associations in the brain. So when we are creating these new associations through this, your likability for a certain thing may just drop. Haven't you heard, when you're on a dining table and something is served to you and suddenly some people start talking about shit or something and you lose your appetite? It is just the submodality, because in your mind, suddenly that experience of that particular disgusting stuff comes in and your appetite for the food drops. This has been happening to us. Now, in this exercise of NLP, we do it intentionally with an outcome in mind, which is healthy for us, which is good for us, for our mind, for emotions, for our body. So is it a behavior that you would want to change? Is it an addiction that you want to get rid of? Is it parenting? In parenting, You want your child to like history as much as he likes English, maths as much as he likes geography. You want to do it, you can do it. So there are endless possibilities in which you can use it. So instead of giving the screen to your kids while they're eating, you can give these vivid imaginations. You can start teaching them how they can change their submodalities when they want, and how our mind is very, it is tameable, trust me. So all the best. Please keep practicing. And you can even change your limiting beliefs through submodalities. You can think of a belief that no longer exists, like Santa is real, like, if the cat crosses the path, something bad will happen, all that we heard in the childhood. Now, when you think of it, what is your submodality? You probably laugh at it. You have probably it's gone far. You don't even hear that voice. There's no charge on you. But there is a belief which is also from the past, ancient times, but it still has its hold on you. So now we take the submodalities of both these beliefs, the belief that's gone and the belief that's still strong. And then we swap it, we map it across. So I could show you some demo sessions in the next video with a client. So you'll know it better, like how you can map it across and how you can elicit these submodalities. The elicitation we just did today, when I asked you certain questions and you were imagining, that's called elicitation. And mapping across can be done with a demo subject where we take in both the submodalities and then we map it across. So thank you very much for being with me in this submodalities lecture. Thank you.